Okay, let's do this. Let me know if the sound isn't balanced well. Hopefully the game sounds not too loud over top of the game. I turned off the music, but it's been a while since I streamed a game, so I'm not sure how the balance is, but hopefully you guys are doing okay. I've got it all loaded up and ready to go here. So we'll see what happens. I know I'm starting a little early, but I wasn't sure how long it would take to install the game. And it's like a 10 megabyte file. Joe, what's going on, man? How you doing? So I started it. I've got it pulled up. We're going to do a U.S. career first so I can be my actual home state of Ohio. If I can do it in the right order, which I definitely did not do. Been dying to get my hands on this. I'm so glad it's finally out. Professor What? It is going well. Let's take a look. We've got different portraits, different frames here we can go with. I like the variety that we've got on these. I like this one. We'll go with this guy right here. Portrait number 11. So now, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the videos they've put out. If you have, you probably at least have a little bit of a taste of what this is going to be like. I have as well. So I'm excited to go ahead and do this. Which of the following best describes your background? I was born in America and lived there. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Riley, I had to go in. I went into the settings and actually, I went into the properties on my Steam game list. If you right-click on your list of games and go to properties and then click on DLC, I had to enable install for it to make it work. Yeah, Aiden, let me know if you find out anything interesting I should be aware of. So, I was born in America and lived there is what we're going to go with on the first question. Did you participate in the previous conventional war fought by the United States, the Mexican-American War of 46 to 48? So a lot of, even non-West Pointers, a lot of guys who ended up generals in the Civil War, even the political generals, some of them had experience in the Mexican War, like Lew Wallace is a perfect example of that. Yeah, I was a junior officer commanding my small unit. We'll do that. L. Davidson, you might have to make sure you're clicking on the right campaign. You have to click on campaign and then go to the 1861, the spring 1861 start in order to be able to do the career. Did you study at West Point to become a professional soldier? Let's see. Yes, I applied as soon as I was old enough to serve my country. I'm going kind of the traditional route here. Oh, Riley, good. I'm glad that worked. I had the same trouble when I first installed it. I couldn't get it to work until I did that. Which of the following best describes your West Point studies? I don't want to be like a Robert E. Lee, like top of my class kind of guy. And then it was all right, I guess, though too much marching up and down the square for my liking. That sounds kind of like Sherman. Sherman was he's a super intelligent guy, but he hated like the discipline of the military. We'll go with that. Second one. I like to study military history to learn from others' successes and mistakes. Which of the following did you find most interesting during your West Point studies? So like math would be like a Grant type of guy. The uniforms, parties, and company of the opposite sex. That would probably help with like, I'm guessing maybe like fame or leadership or something, or fame or like, I don't know. I'm gonna go with geography, drawing maps, and planning. Which of the following best describes your life after graduating from West Point? I'm going to say I'm an administrative officer moving my way up the ladders. No, you know what? I want my leadership to be good, so I'm going to go with I stayed in the Army. Which of the following best describes your motivation to fight in the Civil War? I want adventures. Yeah, we'll go with adventures. There's a lot of questions here that we have to answer, and this is all going to determine probably our starting stats. Which of the following best portrays your reaction if during the war you were ordered to do something you thought was controversial? I would demand a written order before following it through. The one giving the order has responsibility after all. Yeah, we'll do that. How would you describe your relationship with religion? Well, I'll go with my real life here on this one. My life is all about serving a high power. We'll go with that one. Snave Gaming, yes sir, I am so excited for this. This is kind of the game I've always wanted to exist, right? And Grand Tactician, the Civil War is fantastic in and of itself, but now to be able to actually have the career, I love it. I love this concept. I hope it works well. It seems like it does. If insulted by a fellow officer, how would you react? Turn the other cheek, gaining moral high ground. We'll do that. Man, there's a lot of questions here. Which of the following pastime activities do you enjoy the most? We'll go with social activities, social events where I can mingle and exchange interesting thoughts. I have seen the new DLC for HOI 4. I haven't downloaded it yet. How do you assume your best friends describe you to someone who does not know you? Hardworking soldier with a promising career ahead of me. We'll go with that. Dang, I keep saying it, but yeah, we'll go with administrative skills here. What do you excel at more than others? Planning logistics and handling complicated staff work. If confronted with a disagreement among your peers, which of the following describes you best? Remain calm and defend my point of view. Which of the following do you enjoy the most? Solving puzzles. My description for Americanism. America should be a leader and a beacon of progress in the free world. Main cause of this war. Slavery. Plain and simple. I want to be an influential general admired by all. Get to see the world, meet interesting people, and kill them if required. I like that. Which legendary American do you admire? We'll go with George Washington. They're really going in depth with these, that's for sure. Why isn't Sharpsburg included in what exactly? Do you mean in the historical battles? Because I thought it was. Boy, my goodness. I'm just going to try to get through these here as quick as I can. I could skip and randomize. I really wasn't expecting there to be this many questions for this. MSB Hicks, you're commanding the 11th Massachusetts, huh? That's cool. Alright, you know what? We're going to skip and randomize the rest. So it looks like I got mediocre administrator, not a lot of cunning, decent initiative and leadership, and no fame. So I am unflinching, prudent, a teetotaler, devout, and reliable. Alright, cool. So now what do I do here? I don't have a nickname. Sign up. Here we go. Seems like a personality test. All right. Take a little bit of time to load here. I am so excited to dive into this. So I'm hoping I can command an Ohio regiment, but there weren't a lot of Ohio regiments in the Eastern Theater, and I believe this is confined to the Eastern Theater. MSB Hicks is a radical, socially outrageous, however heroic and inspiring. Your nickname is Blackbeard. You're a lieutenant colonel, okay? I just answered everything truthfully, and apparently I'm an idiot, Riley says. Dang, does it really take this long to load? I hope it's not crashing after all of that. So Ninja Fajita, here it goes. I know that there's like a ranking in the game where it shows how you like rank against historic generals. All right, we're almost there. Okay, here we go. Oh, we do get Ohio units. Oh, I was hoping the 20th would be in there. I had an ancestor in the 20th Ohio, and I'm writing a book about that unit. So I could be in the Army of Northeastern Virginia or Rosecrans Brigade. Rosecrans is an Ohio guy. In the Army of Occupation. I think we're going to go with the 1st Ohio Infantry. All right, I am in command of the 1st Ohio. Marcus, yes, I have. I'm actually going to be in Gettysburg Monday and Tuesday. I'm speaking at a school right outside of Gettysburg. Yeah, I've been to Antietam, Gettysburg, Shiloh, Chickamauga, Vicksburg, Manassas, Chancellorsville, Fredericksburg, Chattanooga, Atlanta, Kennesaw Mountain. I've been to Andersonville. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's move to our character. Looks like we're in the 1st Division in the Army of Northeastern Virginia. So I want to look at the, before we unpause and start going here. We have 850 men. You're at Fairfax Courthouse. Cool. I want to look at the, where's the, oh boy, it's been a while since I played this. So here's, looks like I weigh 165 pounds, and depending on how you do with your provisions, you could actually get fat. I rank 51st, just behind John C. Fremont. My goal is to at least get past McClellan. So obviously number 1 is going to be Uncle Sam Grant, Billy Sherman, George G. Old Snapping Turtle Meade is right there in 3rd. Phil Kearny's 5th. I like that. So, all right, let's take a look. Here's our headquarters. We can appoint an adjutant. Now, all of this stuff costs, right? So, I don't have a ton of prestige or money available. I have been to Yorktown. So, obviously, if I appoint an adjutant, that's going to use up a lot of the prestige I have available to me. I can appoint a 2nd in command, a quartermaster. That's cool. And then here's where we can spend money on actions, which are going to improve things, but I obviously do not have the money to do that right now. Set goals to win the war and get very fat. Yes. And then, of course, you can read your biography. Here we go. Here's my birth. Here's the information based on the background that I have. I'm a lieutenant colonel assigned to command of the 1st Ohio in the 2nd Brigade, 1st Division, Army of Northeastern Virginia. And then you can look at different sections of your biography. Current orders, we have no specific orders at the moment. So we'll go ahead and start it playing a little bit here. It's going to go slowly at first. We're just going to kind of chill with our division. Now, you can eventually use prestige for things like influencing your higher command, trying to get a higher command, get promotions, things like that. Also, with the DLC, there is an option to play a regiment level campaign. So that'll be interesting. So we are in, looks like Robert Schenck is our brigade commander, and we're in Daniel Tyler's division. 1st Ohio, 2nd Ohio, Carlisle's artillery, and then the 2nd New York State Militia. I may not be the best, but I can be the widest officer. Steve, very cool. All right, we'll go ahead and start moving ahead a little faster here. New command. You are in command of a single unit that is attached to a higher HQ. Your unit will move as part of it on the campaign map. Your management options are limited to this one unit. You will recognize your unit from a brighter unit. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can influence policy. You can eventually rise to be the commander-in-chief of all armies, which is cool. Lately, I was given command of 1st Ohio Infantry, a fine unit, especially now with me commanding it. Yes. There are reports our brave military has won a victory in the Battle of Wilmington. The men feel excited about it. So we can see where our provisions are coming from. There's the Confederate Army of the Potomac out there. We really ought to get advancing on them at some point. Some people do have problems. I have it on the highest graphics settings right now. We'll see how it does once we start getting into bigger units. So we have no access to finances right now. Eventually we can influence the policies if we spend prestige on that to try and get our government to do certain things, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Let's look at the items that are available to us and what they cost. Binoculars help you quickly observe the surroundings, helping in decision making and decreasing order delays. So all of these things are going to have an impact. This increases piety, keeps me away from the trouble that boring camp life can create. So there are obviously like some random things that can happen, events, almost like an RPG style thing, based on your settings and your traits and stuff like that. Let's take a look at the weapons. We can get a saber, which would basically cost all the money that we have, depending on what we get. A dragoon saber, I don't know what that would do for us. It would probably improve something. Here we can improve provisions and gain weight, but I don't really want to do that quite yet. Oh, we can buy a house, or buy a horse. A plain horse is 100. It's a horse and it gets you places, and it's cheap. So we're going to need some money to be able to do some of this stuff. And it looks like we can change our uniform too, which is kind of cool. Depending on what we want as time goes on. And you have to have, looks like certain ones are only available at brigade command and division command to even be able to purchase in the first place. But I'll have a cool sword, yes. All right, so we are into June 1861. First battle, historically, was July 21st, 1861, at least the first battle in our theater of operations. There was a battle earlier than that, I think in June, in what is now West Virginia at Philippi. Department of Virginia is fleeing in panic from Hampton. I have no control over any of this stuff right now. Mood among the men is gloomy. I wonder how we're doing in terms of our manpower, since we're just kind of sitting in camp. Are we losing men? Yeah, we've got 12 disabled men right now. We can upgrade our weapons. We do have Springfield rifled muskets. That's good. That's a decent starting weapon. So honestly, that's not so bad. It doesn't look like there's anything available to us at the moment. It would probably cost us money and or prestige in order to be able to get better weapons for our unit. I'm in command of the 1st Ohio Infantry with the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. And right now we're just kind of waiting for orders. We're sitting tight. So Marcus, you're saying you don't see Sharpsburg? Well, that makes sense. Gettysburg is a much more important town as a crossroads town on the map. Sharpsburg's not. Gettysburg was the county seat of Adams County, so it's a much more important town. It's got a courthouse, the whole bit. Sharpsburg is on the map, by the way. It's right here. There it is. But it's not as important as Gettysburg. Oh, we're moving. We've got a battle, folks. Here we go. Irvin McDowell's army. We are going into our first fight. Let's see how the boys of the 1st Ohio can perform today. When am I going to play Victoria 3 again? I need to do that. It's one of those games that I just... It's got a pretty steep learning curve, which I know this one does too. And I just haven't had the time to sit down and really learn the game properly. All right, Beauregard, 25,000 men. The black flag, sir. Show only the black flag. I suggest an immediate charge. All right, we do have the advantage in numbers. We have to follow our orders. You gain, I believe, if I understand how this works right, you're more likely to gain prestige by being in the place that you're commanded to be. So if I just kind of go off and do my own thing, that isn't going to go over well. Normally, you don't have to sit and watch the load screen because I edit that part out. But do I know the history squad? I do not, Rashid. Grant by Chernow audiobook, fantastic stuff. Become George Pickett Charge. Okay. So we're going to get orders now. So this would be a little bit like, what's that game that they had where you could like command a certain unit and you would get orders that you would have to follow? They had like a Civil War version. They had a Napoleonic War version of it as well. No Leroy Jenkins? No. Move to character. Okay, so here we are. We're entering the map along with everybody else. Everybody's kind of bunched together at the moment. All right, so we have to... There we go. Now we can start. Now we got to wait for orders while everybody gets onto the map. How much is a colonel paid compared to a private? Private was like $13 a month. And I want to say a colonel was several $100s a month. I'll tell you in a second here. While we're waiting for orders. My brigade is ordered to attack Island Ford. Move your regiment to the stated position and support the attack. Okay. A Union colonel would receive the cash value of 6 human and 3 horse rations per day, amounting to an extra $78. But yeah, so they got a lot of bonuses besides just the pay. I'll have to look that up later on. Okay, where are we ordered to go? Island Ford. Right here. So here's our area of operation that we're ordered to go to. And here's our regiment right here, 1st Ohio. So we're ordered to attack this bridge right here. I got to get rid of the tooltips because I already know about those things. Into Manassas Junction, Chris marched. Sorry, General, I missed my orders. I was talking to chat. Marcus, it's on the map. All right, let's go ahead and speed things up here so we can get there a little faster. Hopefully we don't get there too far ahead of everybody else. But I'm excited to get my boys into combat for the first time. How do I must have selected the wrong thing for getting rid of the tooltips. Where is it? I don't remember. Yeah, we are pretty close. We're about a month early for first bull run, but it's the same for it's the full first bull run battlefield for sure. And like I said, even outside of the career mode, there is also a campaign mode that allows for regimental level combat now, so that's pretty cool. We'll see how it performs. Oh, it's taking forever to get there. On 20x speed, it's not going all that fast. I think it all runs a lot slower with all these regiments, I would guess. Not sure I want my guys to be the first ones to try and cross the ford, though. So maybe we want to kind of move in a little further back when we get there. Oh boy, hold on. Because the Confederates are not going to let us get there. Island Ford's way down here, but we're going to run into the rebels before we even get that far. So we may end up with new orders here. Where am I? Dang. We're backed up. The whole army is marching down these roads, and so we're backed up really far behind everybody else. That's part of life, right? I mean, hurry up and wait. Here I am right here. We're just now starting down the road. We're behind a bunch of other regiments. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. All right, First Ohio, let's get going here, boys. All right, now those Confederates are pulling back, so we might be able to go to our objective after all. Looks like I'm taking the lead now. I'm going to be the first one coming down this road. It's almost dark, though, so we may not even get into battle on this first day. Looks like we just moved into a battle line formation. Or we keep switching back and forth because we keep seeing the rebels, and it's causing us to kind of go back and forth between marching in column and marching in a attack formation. All right, there's some rebel artillery up ahead. Our scouts report enemy units are spotted in our area of operations. Deploy your regiment and engage the enemy. Yes, sir. Let's do it. All right, we're going to get our first taste of battle here, going after a battery that's in the process of moving. So that might get us some nice early prestige, firing on a relatively weak opponent. All right, boys, here we go. Oh, it tells us how many casualties we're inflicting. All right, let's take a look. First combat, our unit is cut off. As your regiment is deployed and in contact with the enemy, continue the engagement at will using your own discretion. Break the enemy's line and whip them. Yes, sir. I feel like I really want to get into the role-playing of this. I may need to wear a uniform. Wait, hold on a second. I just remembered something. I'm a lieutenant colonel in the game. I have a lieutenant colonel jacket. Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go, boys. Sir, he's abandoned us. Run. Oh, we're routing him. There we go. Ah, much more like it. Now, I'm a proper lieutenant colonel in the Union Army. All right, let's do this. I don't have a hat that fits. I have a hat, but it doesn't fit. Actually, you know what? This isn't a Civil War hat, but it'll do. All right, let's see. Looks like we've got some help to our side here, to our right side. We should probably pursue these guys. So far, so good. We've lost 3 men. I'm going to take the hat off. It doesn't work for me. All right, no new orders. Looks like Mansfield's division's going off that way. Where is the rest of my brigade? There's some fortifications here for the Confederates. All right, we're going to probably hit nightfall here in a minute anyway. So we have gained a little bit of prestige already. And then there's money. You lose money for food and provisions. You gain money for your regular salary. Target practice is very important for the regiment. I agree. Lieutenant Colonel, our scouts report enemy units are spotted in your area of operations. Deploy your regiment and engage the enemy. Yeah, we already did that. I still want to know where the rest of my brigade is, because none of the rest of my brigade is even where they're supposed to be. All right, we're going to move forward. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see if I can adjust this for you guys a little bit. I can't move too much to the side just because of the nature of my green screen, but I can move over, I think, enough to where you guys will be able to see most of this. Hold on, let me move it a little bit further. I'll just shrink it down some. Or I could flip it. That's about the best I can do at the moment. I'll have to adjust this moving forward. Now I got to go back and turn the chat back on because I can't see it. There we go. I would think that the whole brigade would be ordered together and not separate. Okay, there's the end of the day. I just don't think the rest of the brigade got here as fast as I did. All right, let's see if we get new orders in the morning here. I'm still waiting for my new... Okay, there we go. So we've been ordered over here now, around Balls Ford. And in order to get the max of prestige, we need to be operating within the area that we're ordered to be in. No, this is a lieutenant colonel's uniform, which is the rank that I currently have in game, so. The rest of the brigade is having dinner, sir. So our morale looks good. We've lost 14 men now. Our unit's cut off, so obviously that's going to hurt morale if we don't get back. We're down to 38 rounds of ammunition, too. So we need to keep an eye on that kind of stuff. How's the battle going? So far, so good. We encountered a little bit of rebel artillery. I don't know how the battle as a whole is going for us. Right now, minor defeat, it looks like. I have a feeling I'm going to be complaining about my superiors very quickly in this game as a Union general. Or as a Union officer. I do have a forage cap somewhere. That's 14 letters to write to families, yep. Alright, you know what? These guys look all pretty winded. I'd love to be able to start firing on them, but unfortunately I don't think I can get close enough. I need to get into the area that I've been ordered to. Let's see if my prestige starts going up once I get there. Don't be that guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. A live reaction to the presidential debates with Mr. Beat, Cynical Historian, and others. Yeah, you know what? That would actually be pretty interesting to do. And I know both those guys, Matt Beat and Joe, the Cynical Historian. I call him Dr. Joe now. I know everybody calls him Cypher. I just know him as Joe. All right. Now we're just waiting for... Okay, we did get... Prestige did go up. We got plus 10 for routing an enemy and plus 10 for reaching the combat zone. Looks like we get prestige for inflicting casualties as well. There's the 1st Connecticut Infantry. I could take over command if I spend 105 prestige. So if I get into a situation in a battle where I need help or something, looks like I can spend prestige to get help. They've got Mississippi rifles, the 1st Connecticut. How do I get some of those? All right, I'm moving up here so I can start firing on these guys. I'm not the kind that wants to just sit around and wait to see what the rebels are going to do. Kind of like how Grant was. He said, I'm tired of hearing what Bobby Lee's going to do to us. Let's start talking about what we're going to do to him. Now, this isn't Bobby Lee, but the statement remains. Yeah, see, they got those Mississippi rifles, so they're standing all the way up on top of this hill, and they're able to fire. There we go. Inflicting some casualties. We're going to chill right here. We are taking some casualties as well. I need to grow my sideburns for the complete look, huh? I suggest less rations. The men will make smaller targets. All right, as your unit is deployed, he's just telling me, go ahead and fight right where I'm at. Let's keep an eye on our morale. The enemy's behind cover, which is not helping my situation. But we're watching that prestige go up as we inflict casualties. Yeah, we are... we're fighting on the first Bull Run battlefield, but this is, of course, a fictional version of the battle because we're in a campaign of our own. So I'm taking on a lot of rebels with very little help from behind me. We do have some... no, I thought we had some... Yeah, we got a little bit of artillery back there. We're not taking a ton of losses, though. We lost 25 men. Hey, in Shakelyville. Very cool. I've been there many times. Oh, they're coming across at me. Alright, 8th South Carolina is going to try and charge me. It'd be really nice if I could get some support from these other units behind me. Get them up on the line so I'm not doing this by myself. Dallas Crowell, thank you so much. Do I prefer this over Total War franchise in general? Yeah, I much prefer this to Total War. Oh, good. Terry's going to send 70 skirmishers to mate. No, he thought about it, and now he's pulling them back. I might have to pull back just because I'm just not getting a lot of support here. Am I scared of the rebels? I am not. Alright, we're starting to fall back just so we can get in line next to these other two units, the 2nd Maine and the 1st Connecticut. Still have no idea where the rest of my actual brigade is that I'm a part of. Probably going to take me a while to get orders because I'm not near my brigade commander. We still have 31 rounds of ammunition per man. There we go. Now, we're still able to cover the crossing from here, but now we've got men supporting us, which will be helpful. Let's see what's happening big picture wise. Looks like we've got a few units over here. I'm looking to see if I can even see where my brigade and division commanders are, because I don't see them. Hey, there's William Tecumseh Sherman over here. He did command a brigade at the Battle of Bull Run. How am I going to get replacements and a better kit? I think it's all money that is spent. Money and prestige. Those are your currencies in this game. We'll see if we get any bonuses to either of those at the conclusion of the battle. Our guys are tiring. They're untrained, obviously. Still got 28 rounds of ammunition. We've still lost just 28 men. Because right now the rebels aren't firing on us because they're kind of in disarray as they try to cross. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up a little bit. I'm up to 180 prestige now. Oh yeah, we're really pouring it on them now. Our morale is confident. We are exhausted though. So once we drive off the rebels, I don't think we're really in a position to pursue them at the moment. Just because we are tired and we're getting low on ammo. Well, I would like to think there wouldn't be reviews on the DLC yet since it's only been out for an hour. They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance. Lieutenant Colonel VTH 1861. All right, looks like the 1st Connecticut's going to pursue. I am not. Just because of the status of my regiment at the moment, unless I'm ordered to. Oh yeah, they're starting to pour across over here. There's a Union brigade. Might even be a whole division. Yeah, it's a whole division over here. So we might actually have an opportunity now to get in at their flanks. All right, we're winded. They're starting to set up over here. Still just 28 casualties. I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move up a little bit. Closer to the Bull Run Creek. I'm still looking for my higher up unit. we're up to 184 prestige now. A lot of that from casualties inflicted. I'm curious to know how many casualties we have inflicted. Let's look at our strength report. Or no, it's combat report. That's what we want. Army of Northeastern Virginia. We're in the... Is it the 2nd Division? No. I don't remember which division I'm in. Oh, it's 1st Division. Daniel Tyler. And I think I'm either the 2nd or the 3rd Brigade. I'm the 2nd. Yeah, here we go. All right, we've inflicted 54 casualties on infantry and 12 on artillery for a total of 66 at a loss of 28 men. So about 2 to 1. I'll take it. Sean, yeah, I would think there will be another Grand Tactician. I would love to see a Napoleonic Wars game. I'm not sure if they'll get that ambitious or not. I could sneak up here and try to fire on the 24th Virginia, but I might just wait for orders. All right, we're rested now, but we still only have 24 rounds of ammunition left. I'm going to go up in the order of battle. I want to see where Robert Schenck is. All right, so here's my division commander. He's right here. So he is finally here in the area. And that's my brigade commander. So it looks like the rest of the brigade has arrived. Yeah, there's the 2nd New York State Militia. They're part of our brigade. And it looks like they're going to cross. So I guess we will too. I think you can customize your own unit. We'll take a look at that after the battle. The battle's still not going great for the Union. I don't know, I feel like we're going into a situation where we might be biting off more than we can chew here. So here's what I'm going to do. In the absence of any other orders, I'm going to go fire on the 7th Virginia. Although there's some artillery here, but the artillery's firing on this division up here. And I do not like the fact that we crossed with all of these Confederates on this side. It is, Professor What? I tell you what, it feels, I do feel a little bit of that sense of not being in control, right? Like, it's like, man, I can only control this one regiment, and I can't control what the guy next to me is doing. I can't control the overall battle. It's a rather helpless feeling to know that, and I mean, I'm sure that's how these guys felt in real life, right? To feel like you're doing your part to win the war, but you're being failed by others. See if we get any help over here. I don't think we're going to get any help over here. The rest of these guys are... Oh, they took out that battery. Oh, and look, the 7th Virginia just came right down to the river so they can shoot back at me because I had the range on them because I've got these rifled muskets. Now we're taking some casualties. But hopefully we'll also inflict some more. I saw the elephant. I saw it with my own eyes. Oh, here comes another regiment. We gotta be careful here. It actually might not be the worst thing in the world for me to drop back to the cover of the woods. Don't turn around, though, guys. Okay, oh, they're going to turn around. I wanted to get a drop-back order, but it didn't give me that option. Oh, we are falling back. Good. We're keeping our face to the enemy. Perfect. The uniform, I actually picked this up the last time I was in Gettysburg. Oh, we broke them. We broke the 7th Virginia. We're down to 17 rounds of ammunition, though. That's 2 units we've routed now. Looks like they recovered, though. VTH the Butcher. You do... I do believe you do earn nicknames in this game based on things that happen. Oh, looks like I just went out of range. I gotta move back up a little bit. Oh, he's coming across the bridge. Oh boy. They're both, oh my gosh, that whole division's coming across. Oh, this is bad. Why did we advance? Oh no. Alright, I gotta slow things down here. This is about to get really, really ugly. We gotta turn our facing. Thankfully, we can escape back across if we need to. We got a whole brigade coming across at us. Looks like it's Jubal Early in command. Well, this battle's going about as well as the real life battle did. I feel like there's just no rhyme or reason to the Union strategy right now. And the Confederates have a good, solid defensive line. Here's our Army commander, General McDowell, just kind of chilling over here with nobody in particular. This division over here, under Runyon's, not even doing anything to help out. Can your character get killed? That's a great question. I know you can be wounded. Alright, he's sending skirmishers at me right now. I'm down to 12 rounds of ammunition. And it's only 9:30 in the morning. We're not going to be able to hold long term. Henrys weren't around in, at least not mass produced in 1861, no. Alright, I'm charging into the skirmishers. Give them the cold steel, boys. Oh, they're running. That's right, run. Alright, I gotta stop because I can't get sucked in. I can't get sucked into that entire brigade there. Stop! Why are we not stopping? Nine rounds left. It would be super cool if I could get some help. There is like probably there's 2 divisions that we're facing here. Problem is I have no orders to withdraw, but what am I supposed to do? We've lost 10% of our men now. Oh, here comes... These guys are starting to move now. Meanwhile, the Union division over here is doing nothing. Nothing at all. Alright, you know what? 3rd Connecticut broke. I do believe it's time to do the prudent thing here and pull back across the creek before it's too late. I could have sent skirmishers out, and I probably will, but I'm just so low on ammunition at this point. Oh, I broke. Are you kidding me? I was almost across. I only lose 5 for getting routed, though, in Prestige. Rally, boys, rally. Can I rally my guys? Listen, if we'd had some support... I can't defend the bridge. I'm running. My men are running, along with the rest of the army. What in the world are you doing over here, Runyon? Jeez, just sitting there the whole time. While the rest of the army gets routed. At least we get a fancy sword out of it. Come on, guys. Maybe once they get back here to this line, they'll settle down. I need some ammo, though. Alright, we're down to panicked now. Yeah, I think we'll settle in here at this line. Need some ammo in the worst way. Now we're unstable. We're gonna... I can't control them yet. Alright, we're gonna dig in behind this line now. Behind this fence. I merely failed to win. Alright, we're gonna recover our men. Somebody give me some freaking ammo so I can fight. Yeah, everybody else pulled back too. It wasn't just me. Except for Runyon over here sitting tight with his division. Doing absolutely nothing with it. I'm wondering if there is a way to replenish ammo on the battlefield. Runyon pulling off a Fredericksburg. Most accurate statement of the day. Just sitting there doing nothing with most of the army. Antietam, same way. I think I'm pretty well out of this battle. At least until I can get some more ammo if it goes another day. Oh, these uniforms are warm. I have my air conditioner turned off because it's too loud when I'm streaming. And that combination with Lieutenant Colonel's uniform is not conducive to solid temperatures. I started as a Lieutenant Colonel is what I am in the game. Alright, overall, how's it going for the Union? Yeah, we've lost 2,000 men. We've inflicted 1,100 casualties. Morale's about the same on both sides. Confederates, though, are holding the objectives. Haven't received any orders from my superior. I wonder if it's possible to, like, reach out and ask for orders. Commander relation, here we go. Relation between this commander and you is at 33%. Matching attitudes, so that's good. So we're getting along so far. Out of his 1,800 men, we've lost 200. Wait, what? You woke up not feeling yourself. It seems your split personality has taken over. I'm bipolar? Maybe it's the stress of combat that triggered it, but for now, your command style and leadership has completely changed. What? I'm bipolar. Sir, I think you might be too immersed. Well, Sin City Titan, you start as a captain until you actually take a command. I think then you get a command that equals the status of the unit that you have. So if you take command of a regiment, it's going to promote you to lieutenant colonel, I think. Alright, what is going on here? Anything at all? I mean, I don't know why I'm even moving, because it's not like I have ammunition to fight with. Runyon's still sitting there with his division. I think this battle's about to be a loss. 3,200 men now. The loss is just skyrocketed for the Union. Very poorly led, as you can see. We're basically helpless at this point until a day passes or until we get some orders. Bipolar disorder. Look at that. It's actually showing on my guy. They want me to be fighting at Balls Ford still. I don't think so. Yeah, we're kind of helpless in the meantime. Not a lot we can do but sit here and wait. Hurry up and wait. It is 7:30, so we'll get to the end of the day here pretty soon, and then we'll see what happens with the army. Oh, he's sending some regiments forward to hit the Confederates over here. We'll see if that makes things worse or better. Our army's lost 10% now. End of the day. Here we go. Resupplied. Oh, we're up to 25 rounds of ammunition now. I have played War of Rights. Alright, we're stable. We've lost 119 men now. Still no orders for the new day. Should we go up and try to help out? I feel like we should. I feel like we ought to do something here. 2nd Connecticut's up here kind of chilling by themselves. But boy, there are a lot of Confederates trying to cross that bridge. I think this battle might end before I get a chance to fight more. Man, we are not in any kind of an organized battle line at all. What a mess. Let's get up to the top of this hill. Try to help out. We do have a bunch of Union troops over here. Looks like Runyon finally moved forward. But we're so close to defeat at this point. Look at those casualties. My goodness. Really one-sided. I don't have a clear view to be able to fire on the enemy. And they're starting to cross the bridge. So maybe we don't want to go too far here. CBB, thank you so much. We need Ridley Scott to do a biopic of, yeah, Timothy Dexter. Yes. Yeah, I don't know where the 119 losses came from. We hadn't lost that many until overnight, so I don't know if we had some guys that ran or what. I feel like I may be getting myself into a situation that I'm going to regret here. Because these guys are starting to fall back just as I get into battle line. Who was better in my opinion, Reynolds or Jackson? Reynolds. Stonewall Jackson was not the brilliant tactician people give him credit for. He had as many bad battles as he had good ones. I never really understood. I think it's because he was killed. I think it's because of how he died, and because he died right in the middle of one of his most brilliant moments, that people remember him in a way that maybe he doesn't deserve. Meade broke his lines at Fredericksburg. If he'd had any support at all, they would have won that battle. He was terrible in the 7 days. The only battles he won during the Valley campaign were battles where he had a numerical advantage. The one time he didn't have a numerical advantage, he lost. All right, we're going to do what we can here until we can't anymore. Down to now 19 rounds of ammunition again. What's going on here? We have routed units nearby. That's not helping. We are supported. We're behind cover. Confederates don't win that war without European intervention, and Jackson living or dying has no effect on that. No, I don't think they had bipolar as a diagnosis back then. That's true. Stonewall Jackson was not good on the defense. Best Confederate general in my mind, and why? Longstreet. Grant thought it was Joe Johnston. The problem for Joe Johnston was that he was not highly regarded by his commander-in-chief, and so he was never really given opportunities. He was kind of thrown in every so often when they needed somebody, but never really had a long-term field command. And a lot of times when he was making decisions, they were superseded by others. Claiborne is pretty highly regarded, and his stock has risen in recent years. All right, I think we're kind of holding them at the bridge at the moment. Our morale's not great, though, and we're down to 16 rounds. We are getting some support over here on the left, and it looks like they're going to cross the bridge, and they're going to slam into the flank of these Confederates that are all bunched up trying to cross that bridge. So this may work out. We got a lot of support now. Can we turn this thing around? Could we do a reverse first Bull Run where the Confederates were on the run and then managed to turn it around? Maybe we can do that. Is the Iron Brigade in the game? I mean, the Iron Brigade didn't exist at this point in the war, and the Iron Brigade became the Iron Brigade because of events that took place over the course of the war. So you're not going to have an Iron Brigade in this campaign. Mr. Terry has arrived. Which Call of Duty is this? If it were Call of Duty, I wouldn't be able to play it because I used to be really good at Call of Duty when I was in my 30s. My reflexes are not what they once were. I can't do first-person shooters very well anymore. Ugh, I've lost like 20% of my men. Oh, eventually we can get perks, but we're nowhere near any of that. I think it's a major defeat. Look at the casualties. Oh my gosh. 9,000 casualties for the Union. Ugh. We're going to have to eventually work our way up the ladder so we can control this a little bit, because this is not working right now. Sir, the men keep eating the ammunition. We broke again. That was not my fault. It's because the army broke. Ugh. This is frustrating. It's frustrating to be a regimental commander and watch the army fight a debacle like that. Wow. 10,000 casualties. Way to go, Irvin McDowell. Way to go. So here's our prestige. We gained a total of 66. We inflicted casualties, we routed some units, and we reached a combat zone. All right. So it begins. Is this battle about states' rights? Yes. States' rights to what, though? Gonna need a lot of whiskey after that one. I'm gonna need to drink some of my sparkling green apple cherry Celsius here. No, they're not sponsoring me. That is correct, Undertaker. The predecessor to this game is 7 Years' War. Marcus, there is Ultimate General American Revolution is coming out, which will be pretty good, I think. Okay, improved self-esteem. You have a bad tendency to feel uncertain of yourself, especially in the company of other officers. Good thing you have a friend in the form of conforming staffer who always finds a way to boost your self-esteem. All right. So does that mean I have like at my headquarters, I do not have a companion. I thought maybe I would. All right, we're going to need to do something here. Let's see. I'm curious to know. Oh, we don't have enough money at all to be able to do any of this stuff. I wonder, can we do anything like for our unit to upgrade them? Their weapons, anything like that? Look, I can change the color of the uniform, so that's cool. We can change the style as well. I think we might even be able to change the name if we want to, which I won't. Just because that's the unit I was assigned. Oh yeah, let's get a little more Iron Brigade-y here. I like that. DLC's fun so far. It's a very different experience than commanding the entire theater, that's for sure. We've just had our heads handed to us at Bull Run. Today I was told by other officers I was getting chubby. Wait, what? Am I? I'm still only 166. Oh, I'm 166 pounds. I gained 1 pound. Okay, 1 pound. All right. You know what? Let's get ourselves an item here of some kind. Pocket flask will help ease the nerves. It's only $15 for that. Pack of cigars. One can also wrap a few in special orders dispatch to make sure it won't get lost. That's fantastic. A whip. So it looks like that might increase how quickly our men move. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of money right now. I don't want to spend it frivolously. I might spend some prestige, though. What will this do for me? I'm a big fan of W.H.L. Wallace. He was killed at Shiloh. What will this do for me? Initiative plus 8.5 and battle order delays minus 8.5. I like that. Let's do that. That spends a lot of my prestige, though. Sir, the other officers are bullying me. Do I think it's worth the $25? I do. But that's me. And I'm, obsessed with the American Civil War. So, let's see. Looks like we won a victory in the Trans-Mississippi Theater. Wait, this isn't our division, is it? Why is our division behind enemy lines? Like, the entire army retreated back across the Potomac, and somehow we are trapped over here behind enemy lines. This is not good. We're pulling a Saving Private Ryan over here. All right, now we're going to pull back up toward Harper's Ferry. Actually, Ball's Bluff, I guess, probably is where we're headed, huh? Is that where that is? Leesburg, yeah, that's Battle of Ball's Bluff was fought there at Leesburg. Yes, you can change your flag. I changed it at the beginning when I first created my character. All right, at least Daniel Tyler figured out how to get the division out of Dodge. Please don't tell me we're going to have to fight again here soon. Now, there is a way eventually, of course, to get promoted. And you can see here, rank progression, 8%. You can spend prestige. I need 1,100 prestige, though, to rush to the rank of colonel. So I definitely don't have anywhere near that. Is there an option to switch sides, Phil? Not that I know of. All right, so we're into, it's only June 21st. This is going to be a long campaign. We have set up camp near Frederick and are awaiting further orders. Confederacy issues letters of marque. So now hopefully we can kind of build our forces back up a little bit. Army of the Potomac fleeing in panic. In this case, the Army of the Potomac being the Confederate Army of the Potomac. The Union Army of the Potomac doesn't exist yet. But it looks like they defeated them right outside of Washington. Of course, we weren't involved in that battle because we're chilling up here in the north. We're gaining a little bit of money all the time. All right. Should we buy a weapon? Get a really cool sword. I'm going to get a dragoon saber. Let's do it. I don't even know if that does anything for me. My initiative has gone up, though. I think that's because of my staff officer. I believe you can go all the way to Supreme Commander of the Union Army. In the video that they played the other day, they showed that. They used some developer hacks to make it happen sooner. But I believe you can rise all the way to the rank of like a Grant in 1864. And now with the new update as well, they have army groups, which is a new thing that didn't exist before. Can you request transfer to another division? That's a good question. I know once you have enough prestige, you can request promotions, but you have to have the rank for the promotion. So I can't command a brigade yet because I'm not at least a colonel. Once you get to the rank of colonel, you can apply for a brigade command. Looks like right now I can apply for command of other regiments, and that's it. Hey, there's the 2nd Wisconsin. That's an Iron Brigade unit historically. Can you be a Navy captain? Not to my knowledge. Sorry, just checking something real quick. Specific method for filling replacements. I think it just happens naturally. I don't think there's anything I can do to make it happen sooner or slower or faster. Let's go to our headquarters. How do we take a look? I'm still kind of managing, like learning how all of this works and kind of navigating my way through it all. All right, looks like we're moving. Confederate Army of the Shenandoah just kind of rode right through town and we didn't do anything. Looks like we ran. Yeah, they came near and Tyler's like, I'm out of here. We're heading for Winchester, Virginia. No, we're not. We're headed north. We're fleeing again. Ugh. Commander relation is still good. It's plus 24%. I'm guessing anything on the positive side is good. McDowell has ordered us to march northward. There are rumors we are marching to Maryland. I like how they do that and kind of keep the fog of command over us, where we don't really know what's going on beyond what we're told, which is right now we're just chilling with our division. And we don't know what is going on for the plans for the whole army, but it looks like we're marching to Sharpsburg. We're going to fight at Antietam. Looks like another victory for the Union. So far, the Union's doing pretty well in terms of the war itself. I want to look at my unit for a second. Is there a fight going on down here? No, there's not. Dan Tyler just packed up and left. Yes, he did. I don't think he even knows what he's doing. How do I look at my regiment? I'm I'm trying to go down in the order of battle, but it's not letting me do it. Union's doing well while we just march around and do nothing. Here we go. I can look at it this way. We have 18 days left on our 3-month contract. That's right, because most of these units were 3-month. I mean, these were 90-day regiments. And then they went back in the fall of 61 and signed up 3-year units. So like I'm writing this book on the 20th Ohio Infantry, and there was a 3-month 20th Ohio unit, and then there was the 3-year 20th Ohio unit. Scouts report enemy activity nearby. Joe Johnston with the Army of the Shenandoah. Yeah, he's right there. All right, time to run again, Daniel Tyler. Tyler's supposed to have upwards of 10,000 men. He could almost take on that army by himself. So what's going to happen when our unit reaches the end of its enlistment period here in 15 days? We are still observing the enemy nearby, but no side seems to want to engage. Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, after the Battle of Bull Run, there was no major battle between the armies until the spring of 62, and that was in the peninsula. And that was only because McClellan had to basically be begged, prodded, and forced into action. Rumors say Colonel Heinzelman's 3rd Division are intercepting enemy units near Alexandria. I hope they whip them good. Now, this is where we can actually use prestige, if we have it, to kind of push our commanding officer to act. At least I remember seeing that on the videos they made. But I don't know exactly how to go about doing that. Oh, we can actually look at all the officers and see what kind of relationship we have with them, if anything. I don't think we can upgrade our weapons at the moment, just because we already have Springfield rifle muskets. But let's take a look and see. Yeah, there's nothing available at the moment to upgrade to. Yeah, let's see what happens if we try. Oh, there we go. Request movement. As this unit is not under your command, you can convince its commander to move by spending 552 prestige, which of course we do not have. That's a lot of prestige, man. It's going to take a while to build that up. What would it cost to push McClellan into action? $1 million. Yeah, that's accurate. Camp life starts to get boring. Endless drill and inspections, no action. That pretty much describes the situation at this point in the war. Just not a lot going on at all. What's my relation with Meade? I probably don't have one yet. I probably haven't really encountered him as of yet, but we can take a look. There he is. It's 0% because we just haven't really encountered him. He's still a captain. He's assigned to command the 4th West Virginia Battery in the Department of Pennsylvania at the moment. Interesting. Victory at Manassas Junction. So the Union won a victory that time. Of course, I didn't get to be a part of it because my division commander is a moron that doesn't want to move. Speaking of my division, or speaking of my weight, somebody was talking about the weight there. I'm up to 167 pounds, so I am kind of gaining weight a little bit here. Maybe we should chill on the provisions a bit. Can we do that? Oh, we don't really have control over that. I think it's just because we're sitting in camp. Oh, we're moving. We're moving. Where are we moving to? We're moving to Washington. An interesting decision, considering we're kind of shadowing the army of the Shenandoah at the moment. Well, it looks like we're supposed to be moving to Washington. We aren't actually moving at the moment. Really getting into the spirit of criticizing the leadership. Underrated Civil War general, in my opinion. I mentioned one, Joe Johnston. Honestly, I think Grant's underrated. I know it's possible. It's difficult to believe that's the case, that the guy that won the war could be underrated, but man. What is happening? Nobody's doing anything. All right, let's speed things along here a little bit, see if we can get one more battle. Who do I have to bribe to get my hands on some decent weapons? Actually, honestly, a Springfield rifled musket for this point in the war isn't a bad thing to have. Union calls for volunteers, 2-year contracts. Rumors say General Kimes' 2nd Division are intercepting enemy units near Fredericksburg. Holy cow, they are. Look at that. And we're sitting up here doing nothing during all of it. Ugh. I'm so frustrated. I might have to apply for a command in another unit in order to get some action. My goodness, what do I got to do here? We're just kind of stuck at the moment. I do want to look at my unit. We're down to 456 men, but now we have a 1-year contract. We lost the men because their enlistments ran up. We are holding the army of the Shenandoah in place, but that also means we're not getting to fight. And they just won another victory. Reports our army won another victory, and we're just sitting back here missing all of it. You know what though? This is how it would feel for some guys, right? Because some of these guys were involved heavily with the Army of the Potomac. Others were like on garrison duty in Washington, seeing no action at all. Grant's commanding another regiment in your division. That's awesome. Let's take a look and see who's commanding the other regiments in my division. George W.B. Tompkins. Oh, there's John Reynolds. He's commanding the 2nd Ohio. That's cool. We did get some additional units in our regiment. Daniel Cameron Jr., Joseph Reynolds. And these guys have Springfield muskets, so compared to them, I've got good weapons. But I would just really like to fight. General Butler is fighting now. Cue my officers saying I gained weight because we're stuck in camp. Absolutely. Let's take a look at me for a second here. I'm up to 169 pounds. I am gaining weight. Victory at the Rappahannock River. My goodness. The Union Army's winning victory after victory. The road to Richmond is open. And I'm chilling in Sharpsburg, Maryland. Come on. Move. Move the division. Come on. Yeah, Longstreet would be underrated as well. I agree with that. All right. What else can we buy here? Can I use the whip on my division commander? Well, if nothing else, my unit's getting trained, I guess. I'm about to consider applying. I like commanding the 1st Ohio, and I'd love to stick with them for a while, but I hate being stuck out of the action. Somebody's wounded. Heinzelman's fighting again. Another victory. All right, you know what? Heinzelman's been fighting like crazy. There are no other Ohio units that I can transfer to, though, and I really would like to stick to an Ohio unit if I can. I'm certainly not going to go to a Michigan unit. I'd rather resign my command. Wait, no, oh, that's just that arrow because of what I said. He's not actually going to do it. I'm so tired of hearing about all these victories. There's contracts up to 3 years now. Victory at Hampton Roads. Oh. Naval victory down here. Who's back? Captain Arnold, who was wounded. Doesn't do me any good. Disaster at Wilmington. That's a naval battle as well. New companion. Okay, you like intelligent company. Recently, you came across one such man, a son of a minister. That could be my own son. Look at that. All right, so what's he do for us? That's the question. Let's take a look. Son of a minister. While some of the others are hitting the flask, you two can talk about more interesting issues than who's the next one to get a promotion or sacked. Looks like that helped my administration. Influence of senior officers, latest changes. Oh yeah, companion plus 20% to administration. So I've got solid admin. I'm playing the Grant talking to Halleck simulator. Move! Move! Devontae Jones, thank you. I am playing as a lieutenant colonel. I'm actually in command of one single regiment right now. This is the new career mode. There are some changes to the game itself, though. And we'll cover those at some point. But I can't really cover a lot of those while I'm playing this particular mode. But I am frustratingly not involved. It's only September of 61. Obviously, there's a long way to go. But when we're on a live stream, there's nothing, it's just, I don't have a lot going on that I can do at the moment. Yes, he is my John Rawlings. Very good. John Rawlings was a friend of Grant's who he put on his staff, actually eventually served in Grant's cabinet. He's buried at Arlington National Cemetery right in front of Lee's house, who was very instrumental in kind of keeping Grant away from the bottle. U.S. warns Europe not to intervene. Meanwhile, we're sitting around with nothing to do. We're up to 171 pounds. We are getting fatter by the day. All right. Who's down here in the action? Looks like nobody is at the moment. Where the heck is the Union Army? They didn't pull back to Washington, did they? Looks like they did. Except for the 2nd Division sitting out here near Manassas. Can't edit out the downtimes. That's a problem, Professor What, right? I can't do that where I could if I was making a regular video and not just a live stream. I am getting really warm in this jacket, though. MSB Hicks, you're getting fat in the game, are you? How many men do we have in our regiment now is the question. Still 470. We have Mississippi rifles now, though. Oh, yeah. We got upgraded. Those things have a long range, 500-yard range. But we still can't do anything with them because we're still not fighting. And I have no way of earning prestige while I'm sitting in camp. Just give me an independent command and let me march around with my regiment doing nothing. The DLC is like $25, I think. Can I become too big to fit on a horse? That's a great question. All right, what happened here? Weapons are delivered, so the Union got some new weapons, some 24-pounder howitzers. Is McDowell still in command of the Army? That's my question. He is. See, that's your first mistake right there. That first battle was a disaster. We're up to $101. I mean, so we're at least gaining some money while we're sitting here doing nothing. But even that I can't spend. Like, I could study psychology once I get 250 money. That'll increase my leadership skills. Our division has been sitting here forever. I don't think anybody's really fighting, though, right now. Winter season. As operations will most likely cease, it's advisable to use the winter time to rest, refit, and replenish units and yourself. Yeah, so we're probably pretty well stuck here until spring now. So we'll just keep it going as fast as we can. It's November. Hey, Pekka, how's it going? Thank you for that. Gaining money, gaining pounds. The blinking exclamation point is because there's projects, but I don't have the... you can actually influence these projects, but it costs... Look at that, 7,000 prestige. All right. Jefferson Davis elected president of the Confederacy. We are in winter quarters. Hopefully we can maybe start building up the size of our regiment a little bit. 462. I don't think it's getting much faster. We're down to 8 months remaining on our contracts, because when our 3-month contract was up, we went up to a 1-year contract. The post-winter weight. Let's go with 180 pounds. That's probably accurate. Let's see where I'm at now. 174. I might hit 180 before the winter's over. I love the fact that we're like so invested in how much I weigh. Yeah, let's see where. So the Union still only got 85,000 men in the field, 44,000 for the Confederacy. So there's not a lot of growth happening right now in the armies. Only growth happening is in my waistline. 75 pounds. All right, I guess we just got to sit back and wait. You do get the government policies, Jeremiah, and you can actually influence them if you have enough prestige later in the war, if you rise up far enough. See, there's the policies right there. And for the right amount of prestige, you can influence these. 7,000 prestige is what it would cost. I'm sitting in Maryland, camped with the 1st Division. I fought at the Battle of Bull Run, which was a debacle for the Union. I would think that as you rank up, you would gain prestige faster, and money for that matter. Because some of the, I mean, otherwise there's no way we would ever hit 7,000 prestige. Soon to be Colonel Tubby. I'm still sitting at 175, so that's good. Let's buy a horse. A plain horse, 100. There we go. Now I have a horse. December 11th. So we still got a couple months of sitting in camp. The only bad thing is that for a stream like this, it's kind of boring to sit here and do nothing, where I could edit all of this out. But sit back and wait. WEIGHT. All right, we are finally getting into actual winter now. We are a part of the largest division in the Army. Our division makes up almost half the Army. Conscription introduced. Wow, the Confederates already went to the draft. Dang, that was fast. Medal of Honor has been created. Wonder if I can actually win the Medal of Honor. Or I shouldn't say win. That's not the right term. Wonder if I can receive the Medal of Honor. We're almost into January. We do get to hang out, so we can chat while we're chilling here. I'm excited that I have my Lieutenant Colonel's uniform to wear for this, even though I'm super warm right now. The game is moving a little faster. I have it on 50x speed, but it still sims pretty slowly. We still get intelligence reports even though we're not the president. That's okay, though. Favorite non-historical game? Ooh, that's a good question. FIFA. My horse's name. Can I name my horse? That's a great question. Now, he's just plain horse. We can eventually change our uniforms, but not until I get... actually, 100... short cavalry type Prussian blue would be nice. Some of these you have to wait until you get brigade command to be able to get. I'm at 177 pounds now. I haven't really had any garrison events happen in winter quarters so far. Mid-January now. I would guess maybe if I'm the highest ranking officer. Football Manager is fun. Yeah, maybe it is Football Manager. My character is a lieutenant colonel right now. I've only had just the one battle, so I haven't had much of an opportunity to earn prestige. I'm at 178 pounds. That over-under at 180 is going to be pretty accurate. We're going to be darn close. Now they're offering bounties. The Confederates are doing everything to build up their numbers, but the numbers haven't gone up. So I don't know if that's just because I don't know what the numbers are and it's not being updated because I'm not privy to that information, or what. Let's take a look and see if I doubt there have been any changes to the order of battle or anything, just because not a lot is happening at the moment. Reynolds' 2nd Ohio has Hall rifles, but we have Mississippi rifles, and I can't wait to actually use them in a battle. Favorite national anthem? I would say my own first, the U.S., then probably the UK, then probably Russia. I like Russia's national anthem, even if I don't particularly like Russia right now. Welcome to the Little Max Army of the Potomac simulator. I wonder if, I'm guessing, I think McDowell's still in command of the Army. There was a battle at James River. Oh, it's the Atlantic Squadron down there. Samuel Cooper's commanding troops in the field. Look at that. Technically the highest ranking officer in the Confederate Army. All right, we're into February. We're right around the time that Fort Donelson and Fort Henry fell, so maybe something will start happening here soon. I think our division's pretty... Oh, it is showing low readiness. That's weird. New companion. Just boosted our administration again. We're up to 5 stars on administration, so that's good. So he's a conforming staffer. All right. Hopefully the readiness will start going back up again once we get into spring. Dang, that's crazy. Can you make your own movement? No. I have to have enough prestige to get my division commander to move. I can move on a battle, but I can't move right now. What is my weight? 180. There it is. Will we get to 181? I don't think the 20th Ohio is going to be here. 20th Ohio was in the West. Not that these are necessarily historical, but yeah, so far I'm not seeing the 20th Ohio as an option now. Well, that is just the Army of Northeastern Virginia. There's the 19th Ohio. I don't want to serve under McClellan, though, that's for sure. 20th PA. Department of Washington under Mansfield. Yeah, nothing. £180 of pure American muscle. Let's see if we'll hit 181 by the time we get to beginning of March. Again, I'm so glad you guys are so concerned about my weight. Favorite book of the Bible? Don't say Jeremiah just because of your name. No, my favorite book of the Bible is James. All right, campaigning season. Winter is over. Here we go. Good. Does that mean we're going to actually move when we're able to? Still 180. Military 2. I'm going to be the most jacked general of all time. French invasion in Mexico. Still 180. My health is good. 89%. The bad weather's hurting it, but otherwise I'm doing okay health-wise. So that's good. Confederacy impressing supplies and slaves. Yeah, my division's not going to be moving anywhere at the moment. Favorite historical comedy? Oh, that's a good question. Probably History of the World Part 1. It's good to be the king. We're down to 428 men. Oh, yuck. Of course it's Death of Stalin. Thank you, Professor What? I'm stress eating. Yes. Yeah, Death of Stalin for sure. The DLC is, yeah, you, among other things, you have the ability to play career mode where you start out as a regimental commander and you work your way up. But it's hard to work your way up when nothing is happening, which is where I'm at right now. Oh yeah, let's take a look at my weight. 181. So the over-under at 180 was a good place to be. All right, hopefully something happens here soon. If I start seeing other units move and we're still sitting still, if we're still sitting still and other folks start to move, I will probably apply for a transfer. Because this is crazy. The movie Downfall is free on YouTube. Yes, fantastic movie. All right, we're getting into April now. Nobody's moving. It is a long winter. That's the... Is my order request affecting the readiness? That's actually a really good question. I wonder if that's the case. Now, it's starting to go up finally. I think it was just the winter. Now that we're into April, it's starting to climb. So that's probably why we're waiting to move. I wish they would have a multiplayer version of this. I'm not sure how easy that would be to do. All right, readiness is going to get into the ability to move sector of things here before too long. Another naval defeat. Confederacy's printing new money. I'm down to 412 men. Ugh. And we only have 2 months left on our enlistments. I haven't played much Fire and Maneuver. I do have it. Can you cut off supply routes? I would think once I get command of a division, I might be able to do some of that. New companion. You are religious, so when a priest happens to visit, he increased my leadership. Okay. So do we keep like adding to our... We do have 3 companions now. So our leadership's up to 3 stars. Our administration's 5 stars. That's pretty good stuff. I don't think we have enough prestige for a second. Oh, we do have for a few. No, we don't have enough prestige for these guys. Not yet. Hallelujah. Let's get moving again. Yes. All right. Our readiness is into the orange now. Is anybody moving? Not yet. We're about to get into May. I'm watching for the Union Army to move. Almost into the yellow, and then we'll actually be able to move into enemy territory. Oh, there goes the Union Army. It's starting to move. Meanwhile, Tyler's division does what? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. If he doesn't move once he hits the yellow, I'm transferring. See, we're part of a nice big division that's not doing anything. I do wonder if that request for orders or for movement is screwing it up, or if he's just that bad, or if he just has orders to sit there and screen the Army of the Shenandoah the whole time. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Really even battle. Let's do it. All right, we'll fight this battle, and then we'll probably wrap up the stream. I am going to start a campaign on this, and I'll probably do daily videos, just maybe a little shorter. Zebo, myself, I prefer audiobooks because I like this coming week, Monday, I'm driving to Gettysburg 4 hours, and then Tuesday I'll be driving home from Gettysburg another 4 hours. So I listen to a lot of books in the car. Into battle against Joe Johnston. Favorite color, Prussian blue. Hopefully now that we're fighting, my weight won't keep going up. All right, here we go. We're on the Antietam battlefield. Okay, let's do it. Let's wait for some orders. See if we can't earn some good prestige here. Although we've got a small unit. So, 1st Ohio, 413 men, 40 rounds of ammo. And of course, it's showing once again that it's my first action because this is technically a new regiment. Move your, my brigade is ordered to attack Prize Mill. Okay. I was looking to see if we would move automatically, but I think we actually do have to give the orders. So let's move. Hopefully I'm not first in line. Who's up at the head of the column? 2nd New York State Militia. That's my brigade. All right, they're spotted. So now they're telling us to move into action right here. Okay. We're backed up with the rest of the army, though. All right, we're going to issue new orders to move in right alongside the New York State Militia if we can get there. We'll see where everybody's at when we get there, though. At least this feels like it's going to be a little bit more of a regular battle rather than that mess that we had last time. Where am I? Here we are. Can hear the sound of the guns, but we're not there yet. I got those black hat uniforms now. You know what? We're going to move in. Oh, okay, the Pennsylvania regiment's moving out of the way. So I'm going to move in right alongside these guys from my brigade and help them. The nice thing is, because I wasn't the first one into action, continue engaging using your own discretion. I wasn't the first one into action. I'm not going to take the brunt of the casualties this time. Yeah, these guys are going to move right into my spot, the 11th Maine, with 800 men. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to move down a little further then. There's another bunch of units coming. Oh, what are these guys pulling back now? Alright, you know what? I'm going to get behind this fence because I have long range. My support's backing up anyway. And this will offer some cover. Because eventually this... Oh, now we're advancing. I can't keep up with what these guys are doing. Looks like he's giving me some new orders. He's going to tell me to move up. Actually, it's a bugle order. Okay. So, see, I didn't even control that. They gave it... Oh, no, that's the unit next to me. That's not even me. Okay. I guess we're going to move again. Charge the 11th Maine. Yeah, if you hold space, just like in Total War, you can see where everybody else is being ordered to. Let's fire on this cavalry real quick, because we've got those Mississippi rifles. We've got a nice long range. I should probably send some skirmishers out. There we go. Yeah, early in the war, there were some friendly fire issues because of, especially at Bull Run, you had Confederate units with blue uniforms. You had Union units like some of those Wisconsin. I think one of the future Iron Brigade units had gray uniforms. All right, I'm going to pull my skirmishers back in because it looks like we're advancing. My brigade commander basically told me to do what I want here. Looks like things are pretty even at the moment. We haven't really inflicted any casualties. So I'm going to move up into these woods here. Actually, it's just grass. These aren't woods. What am I thinking? The woods are up on the top of the hill. Confederates are pulling back. There we go. We're inflicting some casualties on that battery. Stanton artillery. Speed run to 200 pounds. I'm going to send skirmishers forward to take on the artillery a little more effectively. That's right, pursue him. He's pulling back big time. What's he doing? Looks like he might be going across the river, or he's just digging in somewhere nearby. Now let's pull those guys back in, and we'll keep advancing until we have orders otherwise. See if you lose weight after the battle. Yeah, really. Let's make sure I don't get too far out in advance of everybody. Looks like we captured those guns. He's going to dig in up on this ridge. All right, we're going to send the skirmishers back up again. We are facing them uphill, so that's kind of a unfortunate situation. We are getting a couple of units that are moving up. All right, now the whole force is going to move up to my position. That's good. Saddam Hussein type of prestige farming there. He's digging in now his line. He does have some guys going around. I don't know if they're going to try to outflank us because I don't know if they can cross anywhere or not. We're just out of range, although we are firing. I'm going to send the skirmishers forward a little further and then bring up the main body behind them. We just suffered our first casualty. Hopefully if we win a victory, we gain some prestige for that. I'd like to see the prestige go up a little faster than it is so far. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pull in the skirmishers, and I'm going to move up to this fence once these guys get driven off here. He has artillery on the other side of the river there. I'm actually going to sit back a little bit because I've got these Mississippi rifles which have a nice long range. I can sit in a spot where I can fire on him, but he's out of range to fire on me. Although he does have artillery firing on me. Earning prestige is different things. You obey orders, you inflict casualties. So far, that's the way I've done it. If you rout a unit, you gain prestige. Kids, thank you so much for that. McClellan's commanding one of the, I think, historically he was in command of the Department of the Ohio at this point. Well, not at this point, but early in the war. By this point, historically, he was in command of the Army of the Potomac. All right, we're in a good spot here because we can inflict casualties, but we won't really take any. Hopefully the rest of the army does as well, because right now we're still showing a minor defeat. The Confederates hold the objectives. This is also a good way to get experience for my army, which is, or my regiment's now at regular training, so that winter did help us in terms of training. 95th New York, 807 men. See, that's the thing. If I had more men, I could earn prestige faster because I'd inflict more casualties. So it might make sense for me to get a transfer to a bigger regiment that has like 3 years enlistments. CSA Western Theater would be a lot of fun. Chuck, thank you for that. I love Matt. Matt's a good guy. It's been fun to get to know him. Hopefully I'll see him when I'm in Gettysburg next week. All right, we're just going to stand here and shoot it out because we're not taking any casualties as long as we have ammunition. Although the army as a whole is still not doing anything great here. We're inching toward defeat. Here's what I might do here, I think I might try to hit the 2nd Texas, since they're being fired on by other units. Oh no, our army's broken. Ugh. Once again, can't control what everybody else does. Our stability's in trouble because we're under artillery fire and we have routed units nearby. The entire army has routed. Now we have to fall back. And now we're broken. I lost 6 men, but I'm broken because the rest of the army's broken. I need to get to a higher command as quickly as possible so I can have a little more control over what's happening. It's fun, though. It's fun to command just a single regiment and kind of just have to deal with that. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating to not be able to stop my army from getting defeated. I could cover the retreat, but he doesn't appear to be pursuing me, and I'm broken, so I can't even control my men. I lost 6 men, but I broke because the guys around me broke. Only lost 706 men, but because of the rout, I lost half the prestige that I gained. Yeah, we need to transfer to a different regiment in a different division. Maybe get a little more involved in some of these victories. One thing that the AI still struggles with in this game, and we've seen that in both of the battles that I've fought, is when they encounter units before they get to their objective. Like when you give a division orders and then halfway on its way to getting to that place, it runs into the enemy. It doesn't seem to handle that well. And I think both of our engagements so far that we fought on here have involved that scenario, and that's part of the problem. Goody Two Shoes. Recently, you've been blessed with kind regards from the president himself, as the president's man accompanying you has provided his excellently. So I've got a guy from the president who's hanging with me and reporting back to the president. I managed to antagonize fellow officers with personal ties to the president. That was a thing that happened. John McClernand was an example of that. Somebody who had personal ties to the president and used that to his advantage for a while. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the military situation and see where we might transfer to. Ulysses S. Grant, Lieutenant Colonel commanding the 5th Pennsylvania Infantry in this army. We could take his unit, but I want a bigger unit than that. I might not have enough prestige. That might be the problem. It looks like any of the bigger regiments, I don't have the prestige to take over. Good news, you're going to get promoted now. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's take a look at that, actually. I'm actually 58% of the way to Colonel. How much prestige to force it? 526. Nowhere near that right now. Well, the only reason we got involved in that fight is because we were close enough to it that we ended up coming in as reinforcements. Disaster at Harper's Ferry. Yeah, we know. Dwight McDonald. Yeah, this is the new DLC for the game, where you play. Basically, it's a role-playing game where you are in command of a single person, and you work your way up the ranks. Yeah, I just don't have the prestige to move to a unit that's going to give me a big advantage. Wow, we're already recruiting colored troops for the Union. All right, where's our division? And what do we got to do to get involved in some action here? I'd like to see Daniel Tyler get replaced. Are any of the other divisions moving at the moment? No, not really. You can still play the old way, yes. How much do I weigh? 185 pounds, yes. I am getting fatter by the day. I wonder at what point that becomes an issue. We're 60% towards promotion to colonel. It's not turn-based, no. McDowell ordered our units to march southward. Yay, we're moving. Where am I? Oh, wow. We're moving all right. Are we going to cross? No, we're just going to sit there on this peninsula. At least move over to Fredericksburg. The whole army's moving. Here we go. We're moving. We're marching on Richmond, boys. Richmond! And it looks like we may march unopposed into Richmond. I see no Confederate forces to oppose us. There is an army there. Looks like we might catch up with them in a minute. Yep, Army of the Potomac. Vote, vote, vote. We're going to take Richmond. Once again, the army's involved in a fight, and we're sitting way in the back, not involved. All right, I've had enough of that. Give me a command in one of these other ones. Where's Hunt? Yeah, okay. Hunter's in there. U.S. Marine Corps. We could take on the Marines, but no, I don't think so. 1st Rhode Island. They only have 226 men. I don't think I want to do that. Dang it. This is frustrating. I'm turning into Winfield Scott. Yeah. Gonna be too fat to ride a horse. Yeah, we're camping near Fredericksburg while the army is fighting on the front lines. While the army's getting routed, it appears. Nope, they won. And we're taking Richmond. Look at that. Richmond falls, which it would have in June of 1862 if anyone but McClellan had been in command of the army. Wait, is that our... We're in Richmond. Awesome. They finally sent us forward to do something. I guess we're the strategic reserve. Yeah, pretty much. Fighting's far from over, though. National morale for the Confederates is still at 78. And national support at 91. So taking Richmond did very little to end the war. And we're at 62% toward promotion. Does this go out to the Western Theater? I believe it does if you get command, like overall command. When they showed the preview of the game, I think they showed a situation where you were in command of everything. But otherwise, this regiment level version of the game is only Eastern Theater. I can't gain prestige when there's nothing happening. Is the problem. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. I am going to start a campaign from scratch. First episode will go live tomorrow. And I'm going to try as much as possible to make that a daily playthrough, though I am going to be out of town Monday and Tuesday, so I'll be in Gettysburg, so I might not be able to make episodes then. But and it'll be edited, so we'll get rid of all this downtime, and we'll kind of keep it moving. But thank you guys so much for joining me for the stream.